Okay, so the first thing is that you need to have a header up here, which explains what the diagram is, and that's right, you know, point of purchase, POP, tower, display.
Yeah.
Okay. And then the second thing is that on the front side, you have fold line, which is an inch on either side. Well, now you just reduced the usable space to put your product insert in to 34 inches.
No,
And
no, no. Actually, that wasn't my idea. Just dimensions. I didn't show on dimensions. I actually like added.
well, the last I looked, 36 plus 1 is 38.
Yes, I should
It says
just.
36 here. Okay.
Yeah,
So what do you think, right, the manufacturer is going to go with?
yeah. I should write that
They're
down.
going to make this 36 inches wide with the fold of 1 inch and 1 inch on either side. Now you got a 34 interior space, right, for your, to put your product. And then if it comes back where your product doesn't fit anymore, or they got to reduce the quantity, that's on you.
Yeah.
So you cannot make mistakes like that. And you've got to double check your work, double check your math.
Okay.
Okay. Then the thing is, you've got right side, back side, blah, blah, blah. Um, why don't you just put in the word panel, panel, panel on all four sides in the bottom area? That's where your panels are. These are panels. Or you can put
Okay.
it at the top if you want, right? Front side, panel, 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 panel. Okay. So those are like panels, so they're not just. Okay. Now you go down, and again, right, we have how many stabilizers?
Three stabilizers and
What's the top thing say?
oh my
Top
God,
stabilizer say?
I'm sorry. Yeah, it should be stabilizer one.
And then your next one should be 2, and the
Yeah, and that
bottom one should
one.
be 3.
Yeah.
You got to pay attention to these things. Okay. And
Yeah.
you've got to say, I wanted you to have something that said quantity, 3 stabilizers.
Uh-huh.
Quantity, 3 stabilizers, because whenever you get a product breakdown, a schematic from a manufacturer, they list what the quantities are of things.
Okay.
So even though it says 1, 2, 3, right? You want to say 3 stabilizer shelves, or what it platforms, or whatever you want to call them, but use a name that's more technical. I would call them, you know, 3 stabilizer, you know, platforms is fine, or something like that. And then these are shelves, so you got those distinguished. So you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, right? You've got actually 8 shelves, and you've got to say quantity 8 shelves. There's a top to it, but that's not part of the shelving.
So it's not.
It's you. If you want to say, you can say. Um, you can say you can say 8 shelves, right? And what you're showing is you're showing 9, right? Because it has a top, okay? It also has sides, okay, as well. So just leave it as, right, 8 shelves, 8 product shelves. Okay. And then, and you should have a top label for this as well. Every single section should have a label, like, stabilizing platforms and shelves. Okay. But we lost this is okay. Okay. And then this is option 2.
Yeah.
You've got to say what it is. It's an option,
Yeah.
optional, right? Cut, um, you know, cut top, or um, or you can say um, tower outline. I don't know, right? Think of something and then run it into an AI and ask what it would call it and you can say in architectural terms or in manufacturing terms. In other words, if you don't know, right, ask. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And you want to say, I'm going to add the word corner fold line.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. If that's the way that they're going to do it, put in corner. Okay. And then here again, you've got the wrong number on both of these.
Yeah.
Okay. And here, I think that you can eliminate this entire bottom and just take the top. Okay. And add it to and and you got your header as this is option 2, right? Tower design, option 2, tower design, right? Um, you know, um, die cut top. Okay. And then show the die cut top and then show, this, the top of this. And everything else is the same. So you don't have to repeat it. All you have to do is show the top of that one illustration, and you need to label it properly, and you need to put separators between your pages here. Okay. So there's a division that goes between the first section and the second section. Then there's another division that goes between the optional, right? Die cut top tower. Okay. So do you see that? Yes or no?
Yes, actually, it's different pages, but I guess
It
PDF.
merged it all into one on what I'm looking at. So it may be how it's configured in the setup.
Okay, I will make line. Yes.
Okay.
Uh,
Just in case they're seeing the same thing that I'm seeing.
of course. Another question. So you're saying me not to show the whole drawing of second option, just top part.
You can go ahead, and what I was going to tell you is in schematics, when you have something that's repeated or whatever, what you can do is you can put like a broken line and then another broken line underneath it. And that means that like everything in between is the same, okay, but you're just showing the top and the bottom.
But bottom is the same.
Okay.
I'm just worried that if I show only a top part, they will not understand what am I
you got to
showing
assume that
them.
they have some brains. Okay. So what you can do is if you push these things together,
Okay.
and then you eliminate the all the other 120s, okay, from there, because obviously they're all the same size, right? All the units are 120.
Yeah.
All the panels are 120. Then you have enough space just to go ahead and show the 3D representation of the top.
Oh, so we only show a second option in one page.
That's all you really need because it's optional top. Everything
Yeah.
else is the same.
Okay.
Okay. So if you want, okay, you can use this one, which shows the shelving. It shows, and this is the top part, okay, along with, see, I would just cut out, this is 2 inches, this is 2 feet, basically. It's supposed to be 2 feet from the top, right, to blah, 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 to the top of the tower where the sky is, okay. And here you're eliminating some of the sky, okay. All I care about is that you get it on one page and you label it properly, you put your numbers in properly, you show basically a 3D representation of what it's going to look like. And if you're going to do that, you can push all these things over to one side and show the 3D representation at the first image. And then you show side 1, 2, 3, 4 together. They're all 120. You don't have to have the illustration for shelves, fold line. None of that's in there because it's all the same as the previous.
Yeah, okay.
So, see, I normally wouldn't want to tell you how to do it. I want you to figure out what's the best way to do it. Okay, but you took notes and you understand what to do, yes?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Okay, now just quickly, let's look at this. Okay. So you moved him back, right? But now he's not the focus anymore of the image.
Yes, it's the background.
It's too far back and too small. You've got to go ahead and what's the focal point? It's the tower and Trump.
Yeah. Okay.
So now you just minimized him. So it doesn't have the impact.
Okay.
And we said move him back, right? Or reposition him, right? It was only a little bit, not a huge amount. And then,
Okay.
right, I have a problem with the lawn chair itself now,
What's wrong with that?
the base. The chair itself is okay, but the legs and the base, it doesn't look like it's one piece.
Mm-hmm.
It looks like it's partially done. Do you see that?
Yeah.
So he's fine. His position's fine in terms of how he's lounging, his arms, his suit, his tie. You got that really good. Now you've got to go ahead and look at the different components and say, what's the impact I want to have? Is it doing that? And now it's not. So try again.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Okay. Oh, and you left white spaces in there. Why did you use white spaces?
Because in between spaces between the toys were white.
Are they?
I
When
mean,
you look at something and then something's removed, do you see white normally?
no, it's darker because of the shadow.
So
I
why
was thinking
why is
to add,
why is yours white?
yeah, it should add, I should add shadow.
So do you see you have to think about every single aspect of what you're doing?
Yes.
There's nothing random. Okay, you're always, if your creative director is good, or if your boss is good, they're always going to say, why did you do that?
Mm-hmm.
And if you're good, you're always going to have a good answer. Okay, it's not easy to have those good answers right away, but that's why you're here. Okay, one of the reasons. Okay, so now you see what to do on those, right?
Okay, yes.
Okay, cool. Okay, so let me know when it's in time to review again. You're getting closer.
Mm,
Did you ever think it was going to be this difficult?
no,
Do you understand why it's this difficult?
yes,
Do you appreciate the fact that
I appreciate.
you're not just getting a grade and a few comments on your work, but you're really having to see what goes into it
Of course.
at the, at the really, really professional level. Because when companies go ahead and send out material, not everybody sends it out the same way. There's a huge variation in terms of the quality of what's going out
Yeah.
and the quality of what's coming back. And in the art, and how they do everything from their design to their RFQs to their manufacturing. Okay. We want to be right there.
Mm.
Okay. Cool. Okay. So I look forward to the next.
Okay,
And
thank
hopefully
you.
today, right? Hopefully today we can nail both of these.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Okay, cool. Okay, talk to you in a little bit. Good job.
Bye.
Thank you.
Thank you.